So here we are live from South Florida. I am a proud Renaissance Prowler owner, and we actually have the owner of Renaissance Prowler and the founder, Bill Ratlieff. We appreciate you having us, bud. Thank you so much. If you could give us a little background on the company, man. It's been 5 years in the making coming down here, so I'm excited to be here.
Glad you finally made it. Our start, I started the company in 1997. We prototyped the original boat that you have, the 25, and got that one after 8 months of testing and changes. We got that one where we wanted and went into production with it. And then 2000, we started our 31, and that one was successful as well.
Okay.
And just grew from there and building a lot of new models currently. So.
Yeah, we saw the 46 and how you're about to like split it and add 1.5 feet to it.
Yeah,
just the R&D is crazy.
Just from talking with the customers, nobody's going to trailer the boat, so they're like, make it as wide as you can. So we're making it wider, and we have original numbers. What she ran narrow, we'll have numbers when she runs wider, which is neat for our aspect because we can see how tunnel width increases or decreases the performance of the boat.
Okay, and what made you want to build catamarans?
I rode on one, like most people. I rode on one, liked it. Back 90, I probably rode 95, 96. There was very little to draw from. I think there was Seacat and Glacier Bay, which are both gone now. And they rode well, but they were very ugly and lacked a lot of features that I knew was there to put in the boat. So that's what we designed the boat, first around looks and then the features. Yeah,
because the aesthetics, even today, my hull is an older hull, but as you can see in the pictures, it looks like it's brand new.
Yeah, that's one of the things I still find remarkable is the boat was designed, over 25 years ago, and it still looks current. So,
yeah. And it rides like it's current too, man.
We've changed nothing on the hull, only the console.
So explain those proprietary vents that you design.
Yeah, we have on our larger models, 36, 42, and 46, we have what we call tunnel vents. Basically, because the interior surface of the tunnel is a long flat area, we wanted to break up the surface tension. So it's like doing a step in the bottom of a boat, and it aerates the tunnel. And it actually picked up 11% when we tested the boat. So very, very neat. And we know it works. We actually retested again on the 46 when we were testing, and the boat went from 70 to almost 75 miles an hour by adding the vents. So
70 to 75? Yeah. And that thing has quad 400
Quad
on it,
400s.
Right? Oh my gosh. That thing moves.
Yeah.
What's the fuel? How many gallons of fuel does it hold?
When we tested the boat, it was calculated at full load of fuel at about 18,500 pounds when it ran those numbers. So we're very excited with the numbers. She was getting 0.9 miles per gallon in the low 40s, which is phenomenal. So very excited.
Yeah, that is phenomenal.
Yeah.
That's I'm trying to correlate that in my head.
Yeah, for that size boat, it's very good. And adding width to the tunnel gives extra lift. So in theory, the boat should run faster. So
when you say lift, it's just more surface out of the water, correct?
Basically, the tunnel is acting as like a wing on an airplane.
Okay.
So we can calculate the angle of attack, calculate the speed and the square footage of the tunnel, and actually calculate how much lift the tunnel is creating at what speed. Oh. So.
Yeah, man. It's just to hear the R&D and the stuff that goes in behind this to figure it out. When you made your first catamaran, you just came up with a schematic, drew it on paper. How did that process go?
The process has evolved immensely, which is neat. I actually have I sat down at a dinner table and drew out on graph paper, actually taped graph paper together, and then drew the boat out. So the graph paper was for my dimensions, and I actually found some drawings at my house from 25 years ago, which was kind of neat. Today we do it all on computers, which is much quicker, and a lot of it. I always build running prototypes before we go to mold, so we pretty much know how they're going to handle. Molds are huge expense. We don't want to make a mold and find out the boat doesn't work. So we'd rather do all the changes like you see to the 21 out there, then you know what you have at the end of the day.
In the 21, that's the boat that just did 98 miles an hour, 99 miles an hour?
99, and she should finish out about 105. We just added more tunnel wedge to the boat. It's going to be about an extra 150 pounds of lift from the tunnel, so she'll be a little quicker.
Oh man, just hearing that, this is like my honey hole right here. Just hearing that type of stuff.
It's nice to see them come to fruition because it's a long process. We've been working on that one since March, and part-time, not full-time, and I've done enough now to where I kind of know what's going to work and not going to work for changes. So he's like, why are you going to do this? I'm like, because I got to know.
Yeah. I got to know if it's going to work or it's not going to work.
Right. And you don't know unless you try it. So
will that go into production, or is that just a pet project?
No, that'll be a production boat. Because it's so small compared to what we're used to working on, that'll go to production very quickly.
Okay. And what would be like the application that is used in? Just for fun?
Kind of hit in two markets. There's obviously South Florida, everybody wants to go fast. So there's a whole little boating scene for small boats with single engines that run very fast. So we're kind of targeting that and targeting the guy that wants, a go fast, flats boat. So
like the Apaches of the 80s?
No, that still exists here. But there's a whole different class of people.
Yeah. When I saw it, I was like, it's like a mini cigarette boat.
Yeah.
It's just cool.
Yeah.
And then you just put one guy in there, or do you have two people? How many people?
That would be as many. I mean, most of the people they'll get together for fun runs and they'll run 100 miles somewhere,
Yeah.
but they're running 80 to 100 miles an hour. So they're
since you said fun runs, what's the longest journey you've been on one of the Renaissance Prowlers?
I went to Bermuda.
Okay.
So we have the record running from New York to Bermuda, which we did in a 31 in 2002 in 22 hours. So
how fast were you going?
We were, I think our average was about 35 knots. So it was through the night and everything. It's an interesting trip. I went with a gentleman that was from Bermuda, so it was a delivery / record-breaking run. And
two birds, one stone.
We beat the old record by 9 hours. So
by 9, and no one
still holds.
That's
the record
killer,
still
man.
holds. So
well, see, even that, just showing that provenance behind it. You got 25 years in the business.
Oh yeah.
That's why we need to get more Renaissance Prowlers on the West Coast.
Yeah, definitely. I think there's a couple. There used to be a few more, but the people have aged out.
Yeah. Yeah, he was telling me that there was a 42.
There was a 42, there was a 31, a couple 25s. But I know all the smaller boats, everyone aged out.
Okay, yeah. Well, what is your favorite aspect of, running a boat business and building these? What are the,
My favorite stuff is R&D. I live for R&D. The rest of it just pays the bills.
Yeah.
That's...
Well, yeah, it has to pay the bills so you can do the R&D.
Yes. What my favorite part is R&D, getting, from start to going out and testing. It's, very rewarding.
And where do you guys test these boats usually? Because, the conditions out here can be very adverse.
The bigger boats, everything except the 21 is the ocean. When we get the 21 dialed in more, we'll do more bay testing.
Okay.
For now, everything is ocean. We try to pick sporty days. So
Yeah, I like it sporty. Yeah, when it's sporty, non-glass days.
yeah.
What's the place called? Hallett's Inlet? Is that the inlet?
Haul over
Inlet.
Yeah, that's our.
And that's where you guys head out on these boats?
That's our closest inlet. So doesn't matter what the conditions, we go.
Oh man, yeah. Every video I watch online of that inlet.
Oh yeah, it is.
And that current is ripping.
I took the red 42 out one time. I had some people fly in from Dubai, so I'm like, oh, they're serious, so I've got to go. And there was a hurricane on the west coast, and it was blowing 35, gusting to 45, and it was 4 feet at the bridge, and I'm looking out at 10 to 12s, and we went out. And that was I was glad to be back when we came back in the cut. That was one of my more not smart moves.
No, I understand that.
We've all been there.
Oh yeah, like when you get back to, you're just like, thank everything. I'm back on land.
I looked back, and there was literally 10-footer coming in the cut, getting ready to break on the back of the engines, and I had to.
You had to throttle up.
Oh yeah. So I was a little knee wobble coming back in that cut.
That's when you need the GoPro right there, man.
Oh yeah. Unfortunately, all of our good GoPro days, we don't have anything. So
hey, same with
always
us.
the case.
It's always when you're not rolling when the bitching stuff happens, or the stuff that's like you had to be there to, you know what
exactly.
I mean? You had to be there to.
Everybody said, video doesn't show what it really was, and for sure, if you see something rough on video, it was bad.
Yeah, exactly, man. We have the same stuff. Well, I just appreciate you giving us the opportunity to tour your facility and take the time to speak with us. Julian did a great job showing us around, and we're just stoked to, show everyone what Renaissance Prowler is about.
Great,
and like I said, as a proud owner, and just hearing your story and finally getting to experience your facility, we really appreciate it.
Yeah, awesome.
Hey,
thanks
so
for
much,
coming
bud.
out.
Hey, that's Renaissance Prowler. Check them out. Catalina crew, live to tell the tale. RenaissanceProwler.com, right?
Yep.
Any other information or anything else you guys got in the works you want to tell the?
Like I said, our new models, we'll have the 46 out in a few months. She'll be 46 with a 13.8 beam, so be an awesome platform. And then by summer we'll have the 21, so 100+ mile an hour flats boat.
Oh man, dude, I look forward to seeing that.
Yep.
Again, this is Bill Ratlieff, founder, owner of Renaissance Prowler. Again, we really appreciate it. Catalina crew, live to tell the tale. Captain Sean out. See you on the next one.